Look closely at this mysterious rock. This is not just an ordinary stone, but a puzzle on Mars that could change human history forever. On the surface of this stone lying on the bed of a dried up river, there are black spots and small circular marks. A strange pattern has been found which seems to be hiding some dark mystery from ancient times. Such patterns on Earth are often associated with microorganisms, bacteria, or ancient fossils. These marks are often formed when microorganisms react chemically in the mud, which over time get preserved in stone. But this rock is not from Earth, it's on Mars, a mysterious place where the dusty surface has been hiding unsolved mysteries for centuries. Finding such structures on the surface of Mars is an extraordinary discovery for scientists because humanity has always associated Mars with the possibility of life. Billions of years ago, water and life once existed together on this planet, but today Mars is lifeless, barren, and desolate. Can this rock give us the answer to the biggest question of the universe? Are we alone in this vast universe? This rock was found in the Jezero crater on Mars, where NASA's Perseverance rover is tirelessly searching for signs of ancient life on this barren planet. Recently, the Perseverance rover discovered this rock, and in a press conference, NASA claimed that this could be the strongest evidence of alien life on Mars so far. The presence of organic molecules and some very special minerals like vivianite and greigite in this rock has surprised scientists. NASA chose the Jezero crater for this mission because there used to be a huge lake here. Traces of flowing rivers have also been found here, and the chemicals necessary for life were also present there. Scientists estimate that 3.5 billion years ago, Mars's atmosphere was just like Earth's, with water, warmth, and the possibility of life. Perseverance's mission is to explore this ancient history so that we can find out if there was ever life. The discovery of this rock has given scientists a new wave of enthusiasm because this is the first time that we've found all three ingredients for life: liquid water, organic molecules, and an energy source in a single sample. This discovery could prove to be a historic turning point for all of humanity. Have we really found the first solid evidence of life in this universe? This question is making not only scientists but every person think. Actually, our story, Shiru, who looks at the star-filled sky at night and wonders, from Jezero crater, which was once part of a vast lake filled with water. Rivers used to flow here and all the elements necessary for life were also present. This crater is about 45 kilometers wide and has delta-like structures that form at the mouths of rivers. On Earth, such places are known for fossils, like the fossil areas of the Narmada Valley in India, but here, nowadays, there is nothing except loneliness. A dry and barren planet where clouds of dust blow in the air, but even then, people still dared to land a rover there, and today, the Perseverance rover is searching for fossils of ancient Martian life in this crater, which might have been thriving here hundreds of thousands of years ago. Last year, that is, on June 9, 2024, during its routine mission, a very strange incident occurred. The rover suddenly saw a very strange rock on the path leading into that lake, which made the scientists' hearts race. When they went closer to this rock, they saw small black spots and large circular marks on it. At that moment, everyone had the same question in their minds. Is this the very thing we've been searching for on Mars? Did we really find life on Mars? These marks were so similar to the fossils of microbes found on Earth that scientists were now excited. But scientists still had to prove whether what they found on Mars was really evidence of life on Mars or not. These marks made the scientists if this had happened on Earth, we would definitely say that this is the result of biology. But what should we call them on Mars? This mystery is still unsolved and it's keeping scientists awake at night. Actually, this is the first time something like this has happened on Mars. Scientists immediately put Perseverance rover's toolkit to work. Pixel detected elements like iron, phosphorus, and sulfur present in the samples. Meanwhile, Sherlock used lasers to examine the minerals and organics. When the results of the tests conducted on this rock came out, everyone was surprised to see them. Organic molecules, that is, carbon-based compounds, were found in the rock, right where the strange spots were. This discovery didn't stop there. Those circular marks contained iron, phosphorus, sulfur, and two special minerals. On Earth, these minerals are often associated with decaying and dead animals and plants. This is a big clue that suggests we might be seeing remnants of some ancient life on this rock. If we look at Mars, the story of the search for life goes back decades. In 1976, NASA's Viking landers landed on Mars as part of NASA's search for life. When the Viking landers landed on Mars to search for life and experiments were conducted, suddenly gas started coming out of the soil, as if there were microbes present in them. The scientists were excited. They felt that life had finally been found on Mars. But later, it was found that this was due to reactive chemicals, not evidence of life. In the 2000s, the Spirit and Opportunity rovers confirmed that there used to be vast oceans and rivers on Mars. Curiosity rover revealed that 3 billion years ago, life was just beginning on our Earth as well. This convinced scientists that if there really was life on Mars at some point, then fossils of ancient life might definitely be hidden in the lake beds and rivers here. To turn this belief into evidence, Perseverance is collecting samples from various areas of Mars with its robotic arm. Now, with these samples, the Perseverance rover was ready to make the greatest discovery in human history. Over the past year, scientists on Earth have examined the data received from the Perseverance rover in great detail. They studied the composition of the samples and also considered the reasons behind those strange spots. And just a few days ago, they finally made their announcement. NASA also presented it to scientists around the world so that they could pressure test it. Are they correct? After about a year of review, NASA came forward and said that they couldn't find any other explanation for it. So this could be the clearest sign of ancient life on Mars so far. Simply put, this discovery is unimaginable. 3 main elements of life have been found in a single rock when all 3 are present together in the same sample. It's just like arriving at a campsite and finding a campfire ring, rocks, and leftover food there. This is solid evidence that someone was definitely there even if you can't see them right now. After seeing such results, scientists also considered alternative hypotheses, and what came out surprised everyone. The Vivianite and Greigite found in this mysterious Martian rock indicate that a redox reaction had taken place here, and microbial life can definitely do this. But there are many possibilities about whether only microbial life can do this. The very first possibility was high-temperature geology, but there's no evidence that Mars ever had such an atmosphere. Besides, Vivianite forms at low temperatures and it gets destroyed in heat, which completely rules out the possibility that there were ever high temperatures here. The second possibility was acidic Martian water. If very acidic water had flowed through this rock for a long time, that could have explained it. No evidence for this was found in that area. In fact, the rock and olivine were also found, which get destroyed in acid, so this possibility is also ruled out. The third possibility was that organic molecules, with the help of some catalyst, carefully carried out this reaction, all the reactions, but at the low temperatures of Mars, this possibility is also quite weak. Out of all the options, this seems to be the most likely answer. But even after all this, and even though all the scientists are so confident, why don't they clearly say that this is life? As the famous scientist Carl Sagan said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. There can be no bigger claim than finding alien life and testing it in Earth's most sophisticated labs. And to bring evidence for this, we will have to go to Mars and bring back these samples so that we can test them in the Earth's most sophisticated labs. NASA will have to prove this discovery by its own standards. Only then will scientists be able to say that we have truly found life on Mars. For this, NASA's confidence of life detection scale measures the reliability of any discovery. This is associated with a level 1 signal, and to prove that life, you have to go up to level 7 on the scale, where different types of observations confirm the same result. This discovery might actually fall somewhere in the middle of the scale. For now, NASA hasn't publicly disclosed its level. But one thing is certain, to reach level 7, we'll have to bring those samples from Mars back to Earth. Rovers on Mars can't do much with their limited toolkit. They've done as much as they could. But by bringing these samples back to Earth, we can examine them in depth in our labs. And that's why the Perseverance rover has been collecting samples on Mars for the past few years and has been sealing and storing them. When the time comes, they will be dropped on the surface of Mars itself. Now, we will need 3 missions to bring those samples back. The first mission will collect the drop samples and take them to the launcher. The second mission will take those samples from the surface of Mars to its orbit. The first mission will collect the drop samples and take them to the launcher. The third and final mission will bring those samples back to Earth. This is a complex and expensive task, which NASA has even called the world's most expensive delivery service. That's right. When the cost of delivering just a few samples will be billions of dollars, then yeah, we can bring the samples back to Earth. And then we can proudly say that we've found neighbors. But unfortunately, they're not alive anymore. Evidence of life on another planet will force us to understand the meaning of our own existence. So it's natural for us to wonder if life could exist elsewhere too. And this question has troubled our humanity ever since our civilization first looked up at the sky with curiosity. But what if, against all odds, we really are alone in this universe? What if the emergence of life, especially intelligent life, is so rare that only Earth is that place where this miracle has happened? For us humans, the idea that there might not be any aliens anywhere in the universe is quite unsettling. It's really frightening. Realizing even the possibility of this can have a profound impact on our humanity. This horrific idea suggests to us that the conditions necessary for life are not just rare, but almost impossibly unique. This would completely change our understanding of our biology, physics, and the nature of the universe. The Fermi paradox and the Great Silence. But the question about extraterrestrial life isn't just about whether it could exist. But the question is also, if it really does exist, then why haven't we found any evidence or sign of it yet? This very puzzle is known as the Fermi paradox, named after the famous physicist Enrico Fermi. He once asked, "Where is everybody?" His question was not a random one, nor was it asked as a joke. Rather, it was a very calculated and obvious question, which later left everyone stunned. So, what exactly is the Fermi paradox? The Fermi paradox arises when, despite there being a very high probability of life existing in the universe, we still haven't been able to contact any alien civilization. Not even once. We haven't found any extraterrestrial life anywhere. There are billions of stars and possibly billions of planets in just our Milky Way galaxy alone, which could be suitable for life. Even if we make a very simple assumption, it can be said that intelligent life could exist in many places in this universe. But even after decades of searching, we still haven't found any signs of alien life, which proves that intelligent aliens actually exist. The Great Silence refers to that strange and terrifying quiet that exists because of the complete lack of signs or evidence of alien civilizations. Despite all our possible efforts, including projects like SETI, which is the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, which has been trying to listen for signs of intelligent life for the past half a century. Despite all our efforts, we haven't found anything till now, just a universe filled with silence and darkness. This deep silence of our universe can be explained by several possibilities. It is possible that alien civilizations are using communication techniques that are beyond our understanding, or maybe they are deliberately avoiding contact with us. Another possibility could be that intelligent life is extremely rare in this universe, or perhaps civilizations destroy themselves through their own progress before they can establish contact with another civilization across the universe. The strongest solution for the Fermi paradox is the Great Filter hypothesis. The Great Filter tells scientists that there is a stage in the development of any civilization's life that is extremely difficult to overcome. This filter can exist anywhere, from the beginning of life to the development of complex life, or even up to the emergence of intelligent and technologically advanced civilizations. If we assume that the Great Filter is behind us, this would mean that the evolution of normal life into a complex life form is the Great Filter. Getting through it is not something every civilization can do, and this tells us that the emergence of complex life in this universe is an extremely rare thing, and humanity is one of the few civilizations that has managed to reach this stage, and maybe we are the only civilization that has made it this far. But if the Great Filter is still ahead of us, it means that advanced civilizations either destroy themselves or face challenges they cannot overcome before they can spread throughout the universe. They face some extremely challenging situations that they cannot overcome. The idea of the Great Filter is frightening because it suggests that for any civilization to become capable of space travel, there might be an obstacle that perhaps can never be overcome. Whether it's the civilization destroying itself through its own technological development, or a massive environmental catastrophe, or something else entirely different, the Great Filter presents a serious and depressing picture about the development of intelligent life. Why does the rare Earth hypothesis suggest that in this infinite universe we might be alone? There is another solution to the Fermi paradox, and that is the rare Earth hypothesis. It suggests that the evolution of complex life requires an extremely improbable coincidence to occur. It arises from a combination of astronomical and geological events and conditions whose simultaneous occurrence is extremely rare. But this happened on our Earth, and that's where our life originated. There are some unique features of our Earth that set it apart from the other planets in the universe, special Earth. According to the rare Earth hypothesis, microbial life can normally exist in this universe. But on the contrary, complex life and especially intelligent life are extremely rare. This hypothesis is based on the idea that our Earth has some unique characteristics that have allowed complex life to flourish here. Such characteristics that may not exist anywhere else in this universe. Here on Earth, there are certain conditions for complex life that make our planet unique. Earth has a stable orbit which is within the Sun's habitable zone where water can exist in its liquid form. Apart from this, Earth's climate is much calmer compared to other planets. Here, there isn't an extremely hot atmosphere like Venus, nor is there a cold climate like Mars. Because Earth's large moon stabilizes its axial tilt and the seasons that form here. Earth also has a protective magnetic field. This magnetic field protects life on Earth from dangerous radiation coming from the Sun and the universe. Apart from this, Earth's history has also been influenced by several fortunate events, like the asteroid impact that wiped out the dinosaurs, which gave mammals a chance to evolve on Earth. The development of life on Earth has also been influenced by the activity of tectonic plates. They recycle nutrients and also regulate the climate of the entire planet. The presence of Jupiter in our solar system and our moon Moon also make Earth very special. The presence of Jupiter in the solar system has played a very important role in protecting Earth from continuous catastrophic asteroid impacts. Its massive gravitational pull acts like a shield for us, diverting many comets and asteroids away from Earth's path or capturing them, which could have been a threat to Earth. Likewise, Earth's large moon also plays a very important role in stabilizing our planet's axial tilt. This helps prevent sudden changes in climate, which could have hindered the development of complex life thriving on this Earth. Our moon also affects ocean tides and perhaps has contributed greatly to the development of life. Besides this, our life could also be the result of fortunate events. Rare Earth. The argument of the hypothesis is also that for complex life to develop, it's not just one or two such elements that are needed, but the right combination of all elements. That is, having the right combination is also very important. The occurrence of all these conditions together on any other planet is so rare that Earth might be the only planet where complex and intelligent life exists. This theory also challenges the ideas that life is just one stage in planetary development. If evolution is happening on a planet, then life can develop there based on those conditions, provided that the other conditions necessary for life to develop are also present there. And it is also possible that we are the only advanced civilization in this universe. If our belief is correct, then the rare Earth hypothesis would mean that humanity has an extraordinary responsibility to preserve and protect life, because our Earth could be the only example of complex life in this entire universe. And at the same time, our universe is full of dangers at every turn. Why is a lifeless universe a horrible idea for humanity? Let's assume that there are no aliens anywhere else in the universe. Then this is not just a question of scientific curiosity. This can have deep and significant effects on our human civilization. And after all, why is this idea so disturbing? Let's understand the deep sense of loneliness. If we are alone in the universe, it would mean that life, intelligence, and the consciousness present in life on Earth are extremely rare. It is possible that it doesn't exist anywhere else besides Earth. This thought can make us feel a deep sense of loneliness and isolation within ourselves, because we live in a universe where there are no other creatures or civilizations. This thought makes the existence of our civilization even more fragile, and it also makes us feel more vulnerable. If we are alone, it means we won't have any other companions to enjoy the wonders of this universe with, and there won't be any other civilization from which we can learn something new or explore the mysteries of the universe together. There will be a companion. Even though this universe is filled with billions of stars, for us, there will always be loneliness and emptiness in it. If Earth is the only place where life exists, then humanity has a great responsibility. Now we become the sole guardians of life, knowledge, and culture in this entire universe. And it is our responsibility to preserve life on Earth and let it flourish. At this initial stage, this responsibility can already feel overwhelming for us, because it means that any kind of threat to Earth, whether from natural disasters, human errors, or cosmic events, can put all life in the universe at risk. It also means that if human life ends, it would mean the end of intelligent life in this entire universe. Besides this concept also emphasizes that we need to take care of our Earth. We have to face all those challenges that we are dealing with nowadays, such as climate change, pollution, and the decline in biodiversity. Today, we humans are the main intelligent beings on this Earth, so it is our responsibility to protect all of these things. So, what if aliens really don't exist anywhere else? This not only makes our lives even more important, but also increases our responsibilities. The end of exploration. If there is no life in the universe, it would mean that there is no point in us exploring this universe anymore. Human exploration would be limited to those deserted planets and barren regions scattered across this infinite universe, where there would be neither the diversity of life nor any complex life forms. This thought can also weaken the spirit of exploration that drives humanity forward, because the possibility of discovering other civilizations or other forms of life would start to fade. Exploring a lifeless universe won't spark as much curiosity and wonder as searching for new forms of life and intelligence does. This means that our journey might be a solitary one, in which we will neither encounter any other beings nor get a chance to learn anything new from them. If we are the only intelligent beings in the universe, then the thought of the end of humanity and life on Earth becomes even more terrifying. The idea that life, intelligence, and consciousness have come into existence in this universe only once and then suddenly disappear without a trace. The gravity of this final extinction and the knowledge that after us there will be no one left in this universe makes us sad that we should ensure the existence of our human civilization through other means or through strategies to survive in this universe for a long time. This also tells us about the need to preserve and protect the diversity of life on Earth, because this could possibly be the only example of life in this universe. If we really are the only civilization in this universe, then this not only makes our existence even more important, but also raises many deep questions about our purpose and meaning. If life exists only on Earth, then it could exist everywhere in the universe. Our assumption is completely wrong. And if our assumption turns out to be completely wrong, then even the need to preserve diversity would be wrong. This also indicates to us that our existence in this lifeless universe could be nothing more than a coincidence. This forces us to confront the meaning and purpose of life and our place in this universe. This challenges us to cherish and preserve diversity and also tells us the meaning and necessity of doing so, as we might be the only intelligent beings in this universe. The entire responsibility of preserving life has fallen upon our Earth. Life began here, perhaps from a unicellular organism. And today, we can see countless forms of life around us. Sometimes, we associate life with consciousness, believing that life is aware of the events happening around it. But awareness comes to us from our understanding, that is, intelligence. So should we assume that life exists because of intelligence? No, we can't say that. But yes, there is definitely some truth in it. And this is what intelligence is. But this is not the source of life. But we are trying to understand the fundamentals of the universe. So, at what level of intelligence are we humans today? Does a life form more intelligent than us exist in this universe? And if so, if we become that intelligent, what would we be able to do? We will find out in today's video. Hello friends, I am your friend Shashi, and today we will learn about the most intelligent civilization in this universe. So, to measure the intelligence or advancement of a civilization, we humans use a special scale called the Kardashev scale. This scale was created by Kardashev, who was one of the greatest radio astronomers and astrophysicists of his time. Speaking of Nikolai, he was interested in astronomy and astrophysics since childhood. In 1995, through hard work, he completed his doctorate, that is, his PhD, in these very subjects, and he published an an academic paper in which he ranked alien civilizations based on their intelligence and advancement and created a scale named after himself. The astronomers who worked with Nikolai Kardashev were quite impressed by this idea of his, and they expanded Kardashev's scale even further. He had limited his scale to only 3 types of civilizations. You might be surprised to know that among the people who expanded Nikolai's scale was the famous American science writer Carl Sagan. So, Nikolai Kardashev divided civilizations on his scale based on their technology and energy consumption. The more energy a civilization uses, the more it can harness that energy and put it to productive use. It can run that much more advanced technology and also generate that much more powerful signals, which means that we can detect those powerful signals and track those civilizations. The concept is absolutely clear. Suppose if you get stranded on a deserted island, and if you light a fire there, meaning you produce some kind of signal, then there's a good chance that a plane or ship will see you and you'll be rescued. But now imagine that you have a flare gun. It will go up into the sky and be visible from much farther away. We can apply the same concept in this case as well. Powerful radio signals work just like that flare gun. We are also capable of detecting radio signals. Scientists believe that the more advanced a civilization is, the farther it will be capable of sending evidence of its existence, that is, signals, into the universe. So Nikolai Kardashev has ranked civilizations in this way. First is Type 1 civilization, which is also called planetary civilization. This means that this civilization can only harness energy from its own planet or the energy that reaches that planet, like sunlight and other forms of energy that the civilization can generate itself, like thermal power plants, nuclear energy, wind energy, hydropower, and many other types of energies as well. This civilization might seem a bit like our human civilization to you, but actually, we haven't even become a full planetary civilization yet. American science writer Carl Sagan has ranked us at 0.7, and one of the best theoretical physicists of today, Michio Kaku, says that humans have not yet gained full control over the Earth. We still do not have control over many elements of the Earth. The oceans are still a mystery to us. We have not been able to control volcanoes and earthquakes, so we still have a lot to learn, a lot to do. Even today, the impact of weather forces us to bear losses worth billions of rupees. And we humans are not even able to predict these things properly yet. Controlling them is a far-fetched idea. That's why our ranking on this scale remains 0.7, which is justified. Scientists say at our current pace, we will achieve it in the next 100 years. After this, on the Kardashev scale, there is Type 2 civilization, in which the civilization will look beyond its home planet to fulfill its energy needs. And that's why it's called an interplanetary civilization. Talking about energy consumption, a Type 2 civilization will consume about 10 billion times more energy compared to Type 1. This calculation was done by Carl Sagan himself, in which that civilization would be capable of harnessing the total energy of the sun. Yes, the total energy, and it would be achieved through concepts like the Dyson sphere. This civilization would be an example of engineering and technology. We're not even talking about the advanced technology used by this civilization. The scale we're talking about is much bigger than all these things. Well, this civilization might seem like some advanced alien civilization, the kind that's typically shown in our science fiction movies. Scientists believe that using a Dyson sphere is the best possible way for them to use all the energy of their host star. So far, we haven't seen any such structure with our telescopes yet, and if we ever find something like that, then for sure it's the home of a Type 2 civilization, and to reach that level, we'll have to work hard for another 2,000 years. We'll have to think beyond the boundaries of countries, otherwise in 2,000 years we'll end up destroying ourselves because of our own conflicts. So then, how long will it take us to reach Type 3? A full 1,000 decades, that is, 100,000 years, after which we will become a civilization that has mastered galaxies. We will be able to easily reach other galaxies, although it's hard to say whether we humans will even be alive by then or not. Today, when we talk about AI, imagine if we put humans, robots, and AI to work building megastructures like the Dyson Sphere. We will be traveling at the speed of light. We will be using galaxies and all of their energy. And it's also possible that, like in Star Trek, we might travel using warp drives, or wormhole teleportation could become a normal thing for us. It's also possible that you might go to your favorite shop in the Andromeda galaxy just to eat Maggi noodles. Anything could happen. Anyway, right now we're still below type 1 on the scale, so we can't even imagine what kind of technology an advanced civilization might be using. They might be able to extract energy from black holes. It's also possible that they could manipulate molecules and atoms to create new elements even out of nothing. And if such a powerful society exists, we should pray that we never come into contact with them even by mistake, because in front of them we would be nothing more than insects. Kardashev only ranked advanced civilizations up to these 3 levels on the scale, and he thought it could be expanded further, but other science enthusiasts began to see possibilities beyond this as well. Multiplied it, meaning that 3 more levels were added to it. Now, in this new scale, a Type 4 civilization is so powerful that it can use the energy of the entire universe in any way it wants. They don't need to live on a single planet. In fact, they've even made black holes habitable. They have control over every dimension of this universe, and the scale at which they use energy is beyond our imagination. A Type 4 civilization would be so advanced that it would know all the laws of physics. They would be using every shortcut and loophole in the laws of space. They would also be using those laws that we haven't even discovered yet. So now you must be wondering whether there's anything left for Type 5 and Type 6 civilizations. But that's not the case. After this will come the super advanced Type 5 civilization, which will not only rule over one universe but over multiple universes. Who says that there's only one universe? This civilization, which dominates the multiverse, is beyond even our imagination. And if we talk about the super advanced Type 6 civilization, then it is something far beyond this universe and the multiverse. They probably don't even think about energy because they are so advanced that they can create as many universes as they want at will. They are not the masters of this universe, but of space-time itself. They would be like deities beyond space, dimensions, energy, and even time. At some point, that entire civilization would be functioning as a supreme single entity. It's like a divine mind controlling the entire existence of this universe. Other than that, only it knows who is above it. We Earthlings can't even grasp the concept of what their purpose in life would be. Will they be a part of life like ours, or will the definition of their life be completely different? There are so many questions that our minds still can't even process. However, we too are part of this race, and we just have to keep moving forward on this scale. Nikolai Kardashev considered our civilization as just a starting point on his scale. That means there could be civilizations in this universe that exist beyond us. There could be some that rank negative on this scale, so our position isn't that bad. We just need to keep moving forward slowly and work with the whole of humanity in mind. Scientists believe that every time we humans increase our total energy supply by a quarter, we move 0.01 ahead on the Kardashev scale. And human civilization is achieving this milestone every 5 years. This isn't a very big achievement or a huge jump, but we are still slowly moving forward. To reach Type 1, we will have to master natural and renewable energy, and we will have to discover new energy resources. Every time we find a new power source for our energy needs, we will get closer to becoming a planetary civilization. In the future, if our civilization ever reaches Type 6, then maybe our future generations will be doing that in this universe, which our minds can't even imagine today. Friends, let us know what you think about this in the comments section. If you like this video, please make sure to like it and share it with your friends. Friends, we'll meet again soon with another new informative video like this. Until then, stay curious, be happy, and goodbye.